Have you ever walked into a room full of people and still felt completely alone? Not shy, not anxious, just misplaced. Like you're there, but not of it. Like everyone else received some invisible instruction manual for life, and you didn't. And the strangest part is, you can't explain why. Because from the outside, your life might look completely normal. But inside, there's this quiet, persistent feeling. I don't belong here. This isn't something people talk about openly, because it doesn't fit into neat categories. It's not always trauma. It's not always loneliness. It's not always depression. It's something more subtle, more difficult to put into words. It's the feeling of being out of sync with the world around you, like you're tuned to a different frequency. And no matter how much you try to adjust yourself, you can't quite match what everyone else seems to naturally be. Most people assume this feeling means something is wrong, that maybe you need to be more social, more outgoing, more normal. So you try, you adapt, you observe, you mirror. You learn how to smile at the right moments, laugh at the right cues, say the right things. And for a while, it works. You blend in, but deep down, you know something isn't real. Because belonging isn't supposed to feel like performance. There's a difference between being accepted and actually feeling at home. And many people spend their entire lives confusing the two. When you feel like you don't belong anywhere, it creates a quiet split inside you. One part of you learns how to exist in the world, the other part steps back, observes, questions, watches everything. You become highly aware of people, their tone, their energy, what they say versus what they mean. And over time, you start to realize something. A lot of what you're seeing doesn't feel real. Carl Jung spoke about the idea of the persona, the mask people wear to function in society. And if you've ever felt like you don't belong, there's a strong chance you see through those masks, not because you're trying to, but because you can't unsee it. You notice the forced conversations, the subtle competition, the unspoken tension. You notice how people adjust themselves depending on who they're around, how they shrink or inflate to fit into different environments. And something inside you resists that, not out of arrogance, but out of truth. Because once you see it, you can't fully participate in it the same way again. And that's where the disconnect begins. Not because you don't belong, but because you no longer resonate with what's around you. And here's the part most people never realize. Maybe the problem isn't that you don't belong. Maybe you're trying to belong somewhere that isn't aligned with who you are. Because sometimes, the discomfort isn't a flaw, it's a signal. If you took a seed meant to grow into a forest tree and placed it in a small pot indoors, it wouldn't thrive, not because it's broken, but because it's in the wrong environment. Some people don't feel like they belong because they were never meant to fit into certain systems. Not every mind is built for conformity. Not every soul is built for repetition. Some people are wired to question, to feel deeply, to notice patterns others overlook. And that comes with a cost, because the more aware you become, the harder it is to pretend. There's a specific kind of loneliness that comes from seeing things clearly. It's not about being physically alone. It's about feeling like no one else is experiencing the world the way you are. You can be surrounded by people and still feel like you're standing on the outside of something invisible. And that feeling can make you question yourself. Is it me? Am I the problem? But what if the feeling of not belonging isn't rejection? What if it's redirection? Because sometimes life quietly removes your sense of belonging from places that were never truly yours. There often comes a moment where you stop trying to force it. You stop trying to fit into spaces that drain you. You stop performing versions of yourself that don't feel real. And at first, that creates even more distance, because now, you're not pretending anymore. Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But what people don't often talk about is how isolating that process can feel. Because becoming who you are often requires letting go of where you used to belong. And this is where many people find themselves, not connected to their old world, but not yet rooted in a new one. It's an in-between space, a quiet, uncertain place where nothing feels fully stable. But this space is not empty, it's transitional. Instead of asking, "Why don't I belong anywhere?" try asking, "What kind of environment would actually feel like home to me?" Because belonging isn't something you force, it's something you recognize. Real belonging doesn't require you to shrink. It doesn't require performance. It doesn't require constant adjustment. It feels natural, calm, unforced, aligned. And when you experience it, even briefly, you'll know. Because your body relaxes, your mind quiets, and for once, you're not analyzing everything. You're just there. There are more people than you think who feel this way. They're just not always visible, because many of them are also observing quietly, waiting, finding their place in their own time. Maybe you don't feel like you belong because you're not here to blend in. Maybe you're here to see things differently, to think differently, to question, to create. And that path rarely feels comfortable at first. But the moment you stop seeing this as a flaw and start seeing it as awareness, everything begins to change. Because now you're not trying to force yourself into spaces that don't fit. You're allowing yourself to move toward what does. So if you've ever felt like you don't belong anywhere, maybe it's not that you don't belong. Maybe you just haven't found your environment yet. Or maybe you're becoming someone who no longer fits into the places you once did. And maybe the real question isn't, where do I belong? But, what kind of life would feel true to me, even if it doesn't look like everyone else's? If this resonated with you, you're not alone in this. Take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Valkyrie 33.8 for more content like this. And if you feel comfortable, tell me in the comments, have you ever felt like you don't belong anywhere? Take what resonates, leave the rest, and remember, you're finding your way back to yourself. As always, this has been Valkyrie. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. Lanterns up, people.